Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. So just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe, and we've got a fantastic community here because of you. You have been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in. Or you can watch back on like 1.25 speed, which I do all the time. I do that a lot on YouTube. So there's an Alfie. There's a good Alfie. There's a good Alfie. And Boo Boo sleeping down here. And I saw, especially, I mean, this is adorable. It's almost like he's got a little mustache. But this, I was just like, anyway, I'm an adult. I can handle it. Okay. But anyway, as I said in the chat earlier, I love this. I love this art, and anyone who was kind of hoping I would tone it down with the cats on this channel, JD Vance has put a quick end to that idea because his statement that childless cat ladies should have no say on what happens in this country, he can get stuffed. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, Ricky has. And the star of the show, soon to come out with his own line of teacups in his likeness, the one and only Boo Boo and Kitty. Okay. Sherlock Holmes, and we have our claws out. What was I going to say? There's so much. There's so much. I've got all your questions. Oh, that was it. I put something up on the community page, and I hate to even take these down for a minute, but I just wanted to make sure that those of you who may not run across the community page, I just wanted to make sure that you had an opportunity to read this, because Trump tweeted or whatever he did this morning on social media, and I had thoughts. You can read that at your leisure as I figure out what deck I want to use. Okay. Yeah, I'll use the public tarot. So, all right. Okay, so. Oh. Now, there is an idea that there is an idea that at 4 minutes in, Christine was bringing up something I ran across last night as well that I was definitely going to talk about. Yes, brilliant young man. Anyway. All right, could you? Oh, all right, we'll go back to this. Here's the thought. All right, hear us out. Hear us out here. There is a possibility. Someone had this thought, and it's been spread around. And thank you, Christine, for bringing it up. This idea, you know how Trump keeps talking about Hannibal Lecter? It doesn't make any sense. Someone said, I wonder if it's simply I will someday, Lisa. He doesn't like being picked up, but I will. Is it possible Trump doesn't actually know that the word asylum has two meanings? Because he keeps talking about the people coming over the border are coming from asylums. And they're coming here looking for asylum. And then he starts talking about Hannibal Lecter, who was in an asylum for the extreme criminally insane. Is it? So I wanted to ask, is it possible he does not quite twig that they're different things? And that's why he keeps bringing up. Okay, let's have a look. Does he actually? If he was younger, back when he was, let's say 40 years ago, when he still had more of his functioning, more of the little gray cells, I think this would have been a play on words that he would have jumped on. However, Knight of Cups, this is quite often this is him going after the Democrats, but Cups can also be medical. Wheel of Fortune. There have been, let's just say, many, he's been around, so the wheel has turned many times. He lies so much and he believes so deeply that whatever comes out of your mouth is what's real, that he's never nailed down to reality. He makes up whatever he wants. He took the whole Norman Vincent Peale thing to its extreme. And so he doesn't fact check himself. Let's say that. How many times do you and I stop in the middle of what we're doing and are like, is that the right word? Oh, wait, let me look up how to spell that. Oh, is that? At least that's what I heard. Is that right? He never does any of that. Even on what he posted. He doesn't read back over what he's doing. Otherwise, it wouldn't say, because this is important, it wouldn't say has absolutely terrible poll numbers. POLE, poll. I mean, I totally understand. Autocorrect, nails us all at one point or another. But if everything you said was going to be read by millions of people, wouldn't you read it first before you sent it out? So, Wheel of Fortune, he does what he wants. That's supposed to be the sword of truth. High Priestess, howling at the moon. He doesn't care. We know that. He doesn't care if it's right or not, or no. It's he might actually, you know, I think if you sat down and explained it to him and said, you know, that seeking asylum is very different from being in, say, like Hannibal Lecter, an asylum for the criminally insane. I think within 12 hours, he'd be saying, you know, not many people know this, but that's out there. That is out there. Yeeks. Let's see here. At 12. No, that's the time. At 11 minutes in, Brad Chu had a question. Let's see here. 11 minutes in. Now that Harris is running for the presidency, yes, Harris 2024, and is a former prosecutor, will there be less tolerance for Trump's criminal activity and behavior, as in news and the public calling him out on it? Oh, we can dream. Maybe at least part of it. Maybe she will be calling him out on it more, and maybe that will catch on. We can hope. We can dream. We are optimists at heart. Ratu says wishful thinking. I know. No. You know, maybe it's my Sagittarius planets talking, but yeah, we have to be optimistic. Good things are always possible. Alan says she will not tolerate any of his rubbish. Exactly. Well, let's see. Well, the fact that she's not going to tolerate his rubbish, is it going to finally catch on where people are like, you know, he has 34 felony convictions. You know, he's an adjudicated R word. You know, he had to pay $500 million for fraud, business fraud. Yeah, boy, has he gotten away with stuff. Man, has he gotten away with stuff over the years. It's crazy town. He just lives his best delusional life. He's been found, you know, it's just one case after another, after another, after another, and he just loses. Funny. What was it somebody was saying? They were saying, look, Kamala Harris cannot be president. She doesn't have any felony convictions. She hasn't had a single person accusing her of assault. She's never stolen from a charity. She's never had a quote unquote university where she had to pay back millions to people. I mean, has she done anything? Magician. Yeah, this is a con man. In this deck, I often get the Eight of Cups as kind of a con man, but with the Magician, that can very much, in some of the, like, I've got a book on tarot, and there's a really, really old deck that had the Magician, and it's a 3-card Monty situation. And that next to the Emperor, very underhanded, yet adding insult to injury. So it's very much front and center. And some people, of course, will always just see him, oh, he's the poor persecuted puppy, you know. But the man has been held accountable, or at least has been found guilty all of these times. This is a con. This is to keep him out of prison. And there is more to come, adding insult to injury. There is more to come. So it will matter. It will matter. And hang on. Need some plain old chapstick. Hang on 1 second. All right. Thank you. All right. At 15:15, uncover the news. Kristen had a question. All right. Let's see here. If Trump/Vance wins, cold chills. Would Vance pull the 25th Amendment on Trump, pardon him, let him escape the country? Well, I just like the first part of that, where it's like Vance goes along with everything, but then he totally stabs, metaphorically stabs Trump in the back. Oh, I wouldn't put it past him. JD Bowman Vance, whatever his name is, there is nothing, he has so many faces. It's like there's barely a person there. I don't know. Like Voldemort without all of the unaliving. Just pieces. This face or that face or this face or that face or this or. So Vance, you're gonna metaphorically stab Trump in the back? And I love that. And then even just clear the way to for him to leave the country. That's awesome. You're unfit, you're out. And by the way, here's your ticket. Oh, Mara, bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Lecter Storm J.D. Vance is Brutus. Yes. Well, first of all, I'm getting something that says, go out and vote, and we won't have to worry about it. All right. The Sun, Temperance, Two of Swords, King of Pentacles, Page of Swords. If Vance ever tells you water is wet, check. Linda H says Vance is boring. Trump supporters won't. Do you mean vote for him? They worship Trump. Well, they're not. They're voting for both of them. They're not voting specifically for Vance. And as far as boring, no, because once you get Trump out of the way, the absolute lunacy of J.D. Vance and his policies, the extremism of his policies, it'll knock you off your chair. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. But I would love if he was boring, honestly. Whew. Yeah, this is voting. This is not getting there. But would he stab somebody in the back? Metaphorically? Yeah. And says he is scary. Yes. John Fran says he is scary / boring. Okay. Cool. Where was this? Up here. Finzenberger says Vance is a beautiful wife. Yes. Lovely woman. Can't imagine the kind of gaslighting that went on. So, oh, Yogi Bear, there's all kinds of stuff. There are all kinds of rumors about Vance. So, I haven't read on that because at least I don't think I have, but yeah, anyway, we'll get there. Okay. Next here at 20 minutes, 2010. 20? 10. Okay, Sharon Rice was asking, Dumpy's legal team has brought a suit against Gretchen Whitmer and Michigan for providing voter registration at the VA and SBA. How dare they make it easier for people to vote, to register to vote? Are they afraid the actual voters will surpass their cheating? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Legal team has brought a suit against Gretchen Whitmer and Michigan for providing voter registration. Oh, the horror, quel horror. They're going to try everything. This is Gretchen Whitmer doing her thing, doing what she's supposed to be doing. They're going to throw everything they can at this. They're going to play games, and even more so, you know, I saw something in the news. Luckily, I was on my way past it to do other stuff, but it was something about some major donor who was very much had contributed to Democrats, contributed to Biden, or what have you. So contribute to Biden, you contribute to Biden Harris, who once it's just Harris on the top of the ticket, he apparently was like, no, I'm out. It's like, okay, you know you are racist when. Debsy says, USA clerked for Kavanaugh and Roberts. Yes. Yeah. I'm just saying I don't. Someone earlier, I'm so sorry I missed it, but somebody said that J.D. Vance is a shapeshifter. And I would say that I think the difference might be that a shapeshifter knows they're a shapeshifter. They have their core identity as a shapeshifter, and then they put up these different faces. I don't think he necessarily has that. You just cannot trust this guy, and he will lie and do things behind your back because he says whatever he needs to say wherever. It's hard for me to wrap my head around how these people can be so Look, I read tarot on YouTube. I do astrology. This channel would, if I tried to run for office, this channel would be a huge liability. I don't care, but it would. But, you know, I've had a lot of therapy over the years, and I've been assured by many, many a therapist that I actually have a very good grasp on what's real and what's not. There's reality. I have my beliefs, and they're in harmony. There's the physical, then you can show science and reality and what have you, and human nature and all of this that we know. And then there are some things that we don't know, but we can surmise, or I have my own personal experiences. And it's, you know, why am I more grounded than either of the than the two men running to be president or president and vice president on the Republican ticket? How come me and this, I'm more connected to reality? Just saying. All right, 20. They're just lying. They're just lying. If you're wondering, did I answer the question? They're lying. They're going to throw everything they can at this. Just the other day, I was saying they're gonna complain about everything. And so far, there are compilations of Kamala Harris laughing. Thank you, Lewis. Because they're horrified by a woman of color laughing. That's your, but they'll find other things. They'll complain about her shoes. They're complaining about her dancing. They're complaining about, well, she dances quite well, but they're going to complain about every last thing. So, and they're going to try to limit people voting. We've seen this before. Lisa Arnold, is that all you got so far? But they'll keep trying. They'll just keep throwing that rancid spaghetti, moldy spaghetti at the wall. If anything sticks. Anyway, all right. Mystic Dax says, I love Harris's laugh. I do too. It's very infectious. Suburban Housewife says, Harris is a fine dancer. Yes, she is. Okay, so Brad too had another question. At 26:45, with all the new pressure from now running for office with someone smarter and younger, will it push Trump to do something to tank his campaign? Right now, they're in a little bit of a honeymoon phase. These two snakes, they're going to turn on each other. They just are. I mean, you don't need me to tell you that. But Trump self-destructing or what have you, he's not stepping aside. Anybody who's saying, well, Trump's going to step aside now, they'll force him out. No, they won't, because it's the only thing he thinks can stop him from being in prison. No way he steps down unless he's leaving the country. So Three of Swords. They are panicked over how much money Harris raised, which is glorious, in just a few days. Thank you to everybody who donated. Howling at the Moon. Establishment. Adding insult to injury. But a far, far, far right victory, right? Nope. Wait until things go bad. And Vance is going to run his mouth about Trump. It's like I almost want to back out of the room from this energy. They are going to turn on each other. When things start getting bad, they are going to absolutely turn on each other. There are wild dogs who are nicer to each other. Actually, some dogs form little packs, but not these two. Yeah. When the guild is off the lily, who's got the money? The emperor. And then with Democrats winning. And also, can we remember how bigly mad Trump is? We spent all that money. They spent the whole of the Republican convention complaining about Biden. He's not even on the ticket anymore. All that merch they have, all the guy who painted Biden tied up on the back of his truck, gone. Thank you, Kaludi. Thank you. Whew. I hope, yeah, I don't recommend reading on this because the energy, we're walking into a room where two people were just fighting, even if they left, and it's like, it feels like there were knives out in the room. It's just like, oh, that's what this feels like. Whew, but it's going to be bad. Okay. At 30, I've got a time thing down here, but I can get a little, you know me, I can get a little scattered while I'm up here. I didn't read on this. Is Trump, the Trump too old mantra, going to get to Trump? Oh, this isn't just Vance. This is everybody out there. Oh boy. Oh, I heard that Linda H. I heard Laura Loomer, whatever her name is. She said something nasty, but yeah. Ms. DJ, for entertainment purposes only. Yes. All right. So will the Trump is too old mantra, is that going to get to Trump? Vanity, thy name is Trump. Sir, with tears in my eyes, you're too old. Oh, but I'm the former president and I'm important and really? Because you're the person you're running against is a lot younger than you, a lot more energy, is smarter. Harris is younger, smarter, nicer. Yeah, please debate her. She's going to wipe the floor with you. Knight of Pentacles. They're supposed to be on my side. Nine of Pentacles. Well, that's social media. You could just point out, all over the place. You're supposed to be talking about Biden being too old. You mean you really brought this into the conversation and you're surprised it gets turned on you? Honestly, it also feels like he's being protected from some of this. I mean, you realize he hired someone. And again, just think about that for a minute. Having enough money. Okay, so you hire somebody. You hire somebody to walk around, to follow you around all day, to tell you about or print out anything positive said about you online. That's their job. You're just eating your cereal. Oh, here's an article where someone said something nice about you. Oh, thank you. Okay. You're sitting at your desk. Oh, here's another article. Oh, okay, thanks. Trying to eat your lunch. Here's a pile of articles. People saying nice things about you online. Really? Oh, okay. I mean, to us, that would be crazy town. Why would you want that? I mean, it's great if people like you, but the internet, whew, man. Earl Grey. Okay. So, yeah, his ego, his little tiny blown glass ego. Oh boy. All right, at 30, 34, 35, Ember glows bright. I love that. That's a great name. What will happen with Ronnie Jackson's career in light of him releasing an analysis of 45's injury, especially since his med license was revoked? Okay. His license wasn't actually revoked. Jackson's Virginia medical license expired back in 2020. He didn't try to renew it. But part of that might be because Dr. Ronnie Jackson was demoted by the Navy from the rank of Rear Admiral to Captain in July 2022. The administrative action followed a Department of Defense Inspection General investigation that substantiated allegations of inappropriate conduct during his tenure as the White House physician, including making inappropriate and denigrating comments about a female subordinate, etc., etc. So I don't think Ronnie Jackson said to the world that Trump is what, 6'3" and 215 pounds or something. I think Trump's going to love him forever. Also, I have you know me, I do the digging. My Scorpio nature, the kind of private detective by nature, to dig down what's really going on. I have something interesting to show you. Just a minute. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, Ronnie Jackson, whatever. He's in his position of he's in with the Republicans. 8 of Cups, Ace of Swords, 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups, King of Pentacles. This is his issues are with women, with Democrats, with his problems don't feel like they're with Trump. Yeah, Trump's not here. He's not willing to listen to, common sense about women, women's health. Yeah. Okay. All right. I did want to show you something because I went looking. Now, there was, where did I put it? Let me get the graphic here. There was a lot of talk after the very, very wrong violence against the former president. I am 100% against that. But there was talk about what actually hit his ear. And why is it not showing up? So I did some research, and I am going to guess I'm looking in the wrong account. I apologize. It's taking me a minute. I wasn't thinking, and I should have pulled this up sooner. So if you will just hold, please. Yeah, something's missing here. I know I have it. 1 second. Yeah, I've got the graphics here on my phone. So I guess I'll have to hold them up to show you a couple of basic things, because the upshot, the thing that you need to see, and I think this will show it. On the Associated Press, the idea that when Trump was, actually, we should turn this into a question. At 39:15, the injury to Trump's ear. Okay. There was talk at the time, a lot of talk about that perhaps it isn't a projectile. We're just going to call it that because of YouTube. It wasn't a projectile, a metal projectile that actually hit him, who actually hit his ear. That it may have been the like shrapnel from the, what do you call it, thing you look at that has your speech on it. The glass thing. Why does this escape me? I was just looking at a picture of it. The teleprompter. That was it. Then it was actually shrapnel from the teleprompter, because if it had been a metal projectile, that it would not have just gone gently past and, just a little nick on its way through. That would have been much worse. Okay. Thank you. So I went looking. I wanted to make certain. I spent a lot of time not only getting art and doing all this, but also researching so we can get the best information. This picture, this is from the Associated Press, and this picture was taken by Evan Vucci. And there is the officer who was standing there. This is the huddle. So Trump is buried in there. He's surrounded by Secret Service. So this is just after it happened. Okay. So hopefully this will with me here. It's not super clear, but it's a little fuzzy, but you can clearly see both teleprompters are intact. And that's not the only angle. So if you go back and you look, I don't know that I've got. It's kind of hard to see. It's even harder to see on these, but that's one of the teleprompters that, in theory, there's a square right there that would have. See if I load these right now, would they show up? And also the Washington posted some graphics about what was where and how this was all set up, because it can get a little confusing with. So there was someone who was pew-pewed. So there's Trump, and then there was someone who was unalived over here, but there was somebody on the opposite side, and it can get really confusing. Aha, found it. Okay, so let me show you so you know. So you have this knowledge when other people talk about this. You know me. I'm big on the knowledge. Right there. And all right, let's go backwards then. Let me share this. Share screen. Okay. Okay, so that's the picture I was showing you a little while ago. And yes, yes, this is from my phone, screen capture, and yes, I needed to recharge my phone. But if you look closely, you can see both of the teleprompters are intact. Okay, so we go from there to like here. And again, it's hard to see, but they're both of these gray, both of the gray squares. There's close up. These gray rectangles, rather, right here on the left and the right. This is after it happened. They're intact. They're not shattered. They're not damaged. Yeah, I think I zoomed in as far as I could. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with either of them. So it's possible that something else came through. I don't know. But just so you know, that is not what happened there. So if we go this way. All right. And then this is from the Washington Post, who was trying to work out, they created like 3D models and stuff. And how from where the shooter was, that the words are eluding me today. Sniper, who is here, may have been slightly blocked by one of the trees. But because Trump was in front of that sniper, that the shooter would have been able to see. And you can see from this angle that there were actually, we're used to just seeing that one set of risers behind Dumpy. But in fact, what has happened here? Why can I not see? There were actually three. So there's one main and then two kind of the side, but in. So from that angle, you can actually see how he could hit people who were both on the far left of Trump and the far right of Trump. Because from this angle, it goes through. So, and I don't know why. Yeah. Yeah, you can see it better there. The red thing is where Trump came out and was standing. So anyway, I just wanted you to be aware of that. That's what was going on. All right. And that the teleprompters were just fine. All right. I hope that helps. But let's have a look at that wound. Was that useful? I hope. Susie Buckingham says it wasn't a very big rally. No, it wasn't. KR is asking, can you draw cards? Was the pew-pewer trying to help a non-Democrat get elected to put Project 2025 in place, then taking resumes? What I've read on him repeatedly. And oh, good, glad it helped. I've read on him repeatedly. He wanted to prove himself. He wanted a name for himself. He would go to the range with his father, and people were telling him, because he was horrendously bullied in school, but he was very, very, very conservative. He was very much a Republican. Even in classes when they'd like split into different like political groups, he would be on his own on the conservative side. The idea that he contributed $15 to the Democrats, it's not true. That was somebody else. There's another Thomas Crooks in that state. So no, he was totally right-wing, but he was in what he saw as a dead-end job, and he was listening to a lot of people who were big into blowing things up and shooting, and there was talk about you can't shoot anything, you've got terrible aim, blah 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 blah. And so it was like, don't remember me now. That's what I get on him. I don't really pick up on a bigger plan. He wanted, it was all about him. And if you think about it, it usually is. So this, but I want to read on the wound. The notes, this, I guess it's this side. Yeah, this side. Yeah, he's gone down from at the convention. He had that giant white bandage. Okay, Van Gogh. And then the next day he had 2 band-aids, flesh toned. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that kid should never have been bullied. But oh, thank you, Karen. Thank you. the wound, which should never have happened. This channel is very much against. We are very much a blue channel. Harris 2024. Yes, please. But no violence. None. Not on January 6th. Not on during rallies. Anyway, these cards look familiar. Knight of Cups. So even though Secret Service did a terrible job of even once he was on the ground, what are you doing? There were medical people ready, absolutely on it. Temperance. So medical people. See, that's the thing. Sometimes if you're going into, if you ever had that happen to you, where you go to the emergency room and there's something, or maybe there's a miscommunication, or there's something, but they're ready for anything. They're ready to, put your insides back into you. I mean, if something like just heinous happened, and you're like, I broke my finger. And they're like, oh, okay. Well, that's kind of what I'm getting here. They're ready. Oh my gosh, it's JFK all over again. Well, luckily, not so much. No. Strength. Don't know why this thing isn't focusing. Hello. Work with me here. Camera. All right, strength. 6 of Swords. Why the... Well, there was a certain amount. There's always a certain amount of closing the barn door after the horse gets out. Keep him secret him away. Knight of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. He did get lucky. He did. We already know he is one of the luckiest blankety blanks to ever live. Napoleon went to his, instead of just going with, yes, make the aristocracy, the higher ups in the army, he was like, nope, who's good? And then he would go to the people who actually fought with that person and would say, was he born under a fortunate star? Was he lucky, basically? Well, Napoleon would have promoted Trump. He got lucky. It could have been extremely bad, but it wasn't. And the wound itself, he's going to have more trouble dealing with the aftershocks and the fear and the paranoia. That's really the big thing. Now, I love that Chan K. Scaramucci says he was born with a horseshoe in his, let's just say, pants. So, Marion Coates, I hope every time. Hopefully every time. So, yeah, it's his mental state, because he cannot cope. He's not going to handle this well. He has no emotional intelligence. He has no processing abilities. So luckily he's a sociopath, narcissist who doesn't actually have, I don't think he actually has the full range of human emotions, and that might actually work in his favor. It's one of the problems I've always had with people who are very big who are just really super big into manifesting. It's like you have to picture what it is you want, which is great, and imagine yourself being in that situation. Great. And if it, and then some men, not everybody's in a manifestation, but some people would be, they would say, well, if it doesn't happen, it's because you didn't believe it enough, or you didn't focus, of course, blaming. It's ridiculous. But it's like, well, that means that the best manifestors are psychopaths, sociopaths. I don't think that's how the universe works. I really don't. I think they get away with a lot of stuff, but no. No. Anyway. All right. Okay, so Denise, is it Sintas? I was saying that Trump was born, yes, with algol. His Mars his ascendant, the right around algol. And it was a very, very angry star. He has lived up to algol's reputation. Yes. Yes. So, all right. What else have we got? Okay, I'm going to carry some of these questions tomorrow. Excuse me. Excuse me. But I want to skip ahead to make sure I've covered at least one Harris question, 5650, because there's more, and it's good I'm here every single day because there are lots of questions. Alexa Gibson was asking, now that it appears that Vice President Harris is going to be nominated, she has all the delegates she needs. Yay! Will any states turn to a different political party, like any red to blue states? I feel like it's going to be a blue wave. There is definitely momentum. A lot can happen. We've got August, basically, because we're near the end of July, because Election Day is early in December. We basically have August, September, and October, which in most countries is exactly how they run elections. But it's going to be a roller coaster between here and there, because the right is going to just be their worst self. They are literally using the word DEI. The DEI vice president, the DEI presidential candidate, saying that she is a, quote, and I despise this, she is a diversity pick. That the only reason they're implying that the only reason she's there is she wasn't picked for merit. She was picked because they want to virtue signal. It's their new way of saying she doesn't deserve to be there because she's a woman of color. It's racist as all get out. And they're already saying it. They're saying it on Fox. They're saying, the politicians are saying it. They think that it's not offensive and they get away with it. It's very offensive. She's more qualified than most of those guys. She's certainly a better person than those racist guys. So how much of a blue waves? But right now it is. There's definitely, I almost feel like I've like linked arms with other Democrats. And we're like, no. We're voting for her and we're protecting her. So, Raymond DePascal says DEI, direct, energetic individual. You're saying that's what it should mean? Sorry. Touch therapy for kids, and tough as nails. Yes. Yes. Well, she's got a Libra sun, so she is affable. She is approachable. She does look and see on both sides, but she's got an Aries moon. So the ruled by Mars, god of war, and when the moon is in Aries, it has that forward, slightly martial energy emotionally. Plus, she's got a bunch of other stuff too. So, yeah. Fool. She's brave. The card for the reading is how brave she is. King of Cups, Three of Pentacles, Hanged Man, Nine of Pentacles, Three of Swords. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of drama coming. I mean, just in September alone, you've got in August, you've got the Democratic Convention. In September, Trump's got some legal stuff hanging over him. And of course, now those on the right are calling for Biden to step down as president. If he can't run run again for the campaign, he's not up to being president. He must step down. Get stuffed. You are not NOT getting Mike Johnson in the Senate overseeing the counting of electoral votes on January 6, 2025. He's a Speaker of the House, but it's the Vice President who oversees that. And there is no way, no how Joe Biden will do. He'll be like, you keep me, no matter how awful, terrible his situation, he would be like, you keep me alive and conscious from now until January 6th. He's not stepping down. Nope. So, blue wave, there's a lot that's going to happen between here and there. That's what I'm getting. But we're going to vote, right? We're going to vote. We're going to vote blue. Do good, do precious, or the precious. All right. Well, that's going to do it for me for today. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you. There's a lot to go through, and there'll be a lot more tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Sarah Wednesday. Yay! So, and Saturday night is Patreon social. So you could meet some of these people you see in chat. Come on screen. You can stay in chat if you want, but you can come on the screen. There's all of us together. It's a private live stream, and we all talk back and forth. We have conversations. People, it's great. It's a lot of fun. So that's Saturday night, and I don't have expensive tiers. So, all right, that will do it for me for today. But I will be back here tomorrow to take more of your questions and read on the ones that I didn't get to today. You are not alone. We are in this together, and there are good days ahead. So hang in there, and I'll see you tomorrow. Same cat time, same cat channel.